Right, it's finished here. Dorking Wanderers have lost 3-0 against Hampton and Richmond. And Marc, your assessment of that this afternoon?
Defensive shit show. Shit. Defensive shit show. That's the bottom line. Marginally followed by the front line. I thought Alfie was poor. Alfie's been a real star pre-season. He's looked fitter than ever. But today, the aggression to get on the end of things weren't there. Running the right areas weren't there. Listen, I will. We changed. Our principles are that we want to play on back lines of teams. And we've been doing it all pre-season. We changed that today because we didn't really have the clientele to do it. And Hampton had an extra defender. I mean, we've lost a game 3-0 that, we've obviously controlled the whole game. Brennan's been at fault for 2 goals in 2 weeks. We've got to call it as we see it. I thought the lad was offside. He wasn't. Brennan's played him on. Okay. It's under 14s, mate. You know what I mean? If you at this level leave somebody in. So against a team that, Jules has pulled off an absolute, that's got to be our heaviest defeat here for God knows how long. Jules has literally just wanted to be behind the ball. I'd like to say that worked, but it did defensively. Yeah. Their extra man at the back, they was aggressive at the back. I think a combination, in the last third, it was a combination of poor delivery and not getting on the end of things. There was a couple of chances at 1-0 in the second half where you're thinking, well, the net's about to go in it. And then somehow the goalie sort of falls over on the ball and you're waiting for someone to smash the goalie and the ball in the net at the same time and run off and go, right, we're going to win now. So you sort of think we get 1, we get 2. Front line weren't great, but the back line was an absolute shambles of defending. They need to understand that. When they watch it back, they'll see that. I don't know what they're doing, stepping in the opposition half or not stepping out, lack of communication, lack of leadership, shit show, total and utter shit show. So apologies for the language, but we know how it is. Fans, tremendous, singing right to the end. That's basically not the standard. We conceded a couple of goals last week, so we thought, you know what, we'll have an extra man at the back today because we'll control this game and we're a better side and we'll win 1-2-0, even though we went against that principle of, being on their back line man for man. We didn't win, mate. They defended stoutly. We weren't aggressive enough. I'm just being honest about it, right? Just thought, I've just told him in there, like, Jimmy didn't want to really play with that aggression to get behind people. We needed our wingers to flatten them out into a back 5 so we could create space and get deliveries in the box. Frankie and Jimmy, I thought Frankie was poor. I have to be honest about it. He weren't good enough. He's had a great pre-season. Jimmy, again, first game back, just, everything he was doing, he was being told to do. Didn't feel like he was going to get there himself. Jason Alfie seemed to be playing too far apart. It is what it is. Listen, we are at 1-0 down. We should have a clear penalty on Jason, by the way. But the referee doesn't give it. That's his choice, isn't it? So that's where we are. But at the end of the day, you can... The defenders will blame the front line, and the front line should have been better. But the rest of the team will look at that defence and go, you've let in 5 goals, and Folks has been lobbed twice in 2 games. You've let in 5 goals in 2 games, and ultimately that is not good. And it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. There's a lot of work goes into it, James. You know what I mean? So obviously we signed Annesley. Close season, injured. You know, there's scenarios there. Jordan Williams now out for 6 weeks, but listen, this is not at all to do with that. But the goals that Hampton has scored should not happen at any level of football. A defender stepping in for the first goal, I don't know what Bren's doing, and then the last 2 goals are shambles.
There's not a lot of time to turn things around before Tuesday night. What kind of will you really be trying to do before then?
Well, I'm not interested in picking people up. Obviously the changing room weren't very good. I'm not interested in picking them up. We've got to pick a team that I know will be positive and go out there and do the right things. We've had our wings clipped there today.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Concede 5 goals in 2 games, like mental. The irony is all the goals are similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to pick them up. I mean, look, the fans, I know the fans will be right behind us. I know that the fans are going to be disappointed. I feel their pain, the amount of time and effort we all put into it. The management team are great. The coaches are brilliant. They've put a lot of work in this week. You know, the midfielders are faultless. They're winning the turnovers. They're carrying the ball. You know, but yeah, got to lick our wounds. I'll be honest. I think that's a hard one to come back from Tuesday. Sometimes you say, well, at least we got Tuesday. I think Tuesday will be that's going to hurt that one. You know, it's probably a good time to play us Tuesday. So we'll have to see. We'll have to have a look. We'll have to have a look at who we got Monday at training and just see what we're going to do. But that's definitely our worst defeat at Meadowbank that I can remember. And
Since the National League.
Yeah. And we've got to be quite brutal with where we are. I'm so bored of being the team that has all the possession. You know, teams keep an extra man. Do you know what I mean? So and then we come up short on the break. I mean, it's, you know what I mean, ludicrous. The fans are disappointed, but I really appreciate the fans. I know the fans will support me. Obviously, you're going to get a few dickheads. That's, and I don't blame them, to be fair. But you know, handle defeat in the right way. I think the minute everybody, you know, really focuses on getting behind the boys, we will make sure that we put our foot on the throat again and work things out. That's where we are. We're a little bit short on Tuesday as well. Moro's not available.
Okay.
I thought it was good today, Moro.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But they were so deep. You know what I mean? Like, you know, whoever played in that role was going to be decent on the ball. But yeah, so not good enough. Credit to Hampton for just defending, and you know, at least they could defend, because our defence was totally shit.
Just lastly, how much of a difference do you think it makes that you're not in that dugout? Does it make a difference?
I think so. I think it does, yeah. Of course it does. It does, yeah. I mean, ultimately, the manager's not in there. I mean, the boys in there are good, but ultimately, you know, when you're managing for 25 years and you've kicked every ball and been in every moment, you see everything, you see every scenario. But listen, it's, you know, the management team, me included, like, you know, like, it's hard when you get defending like that, you know, like, and just unacceptable things like that. I mean, Hampton, even in the warm-up, Jules, all they were doing was practicing their behind the ball shape. I credit it, and I'm thinking, blimey, I'm watching it. They just came here to just try and not concede and get lucky. I didn't think they got lucky. I thought they got what they deserve for their defensive performance, right? But our back three, and the keeper, that ain't the standard, mate. That ain't the standard. So the fans have got to get behind the lads. We can't bottle it after the second game of the season. This definitely hurts. I'm really, really not happy. But we're going to have to lick our wounds. Slough Tuesday, always difficult opposition.
Yeah.
We've got to go again, and we've got to make changes. I mean, there's some obvious changes there, that will take place. We're going to have to make changes. That's where we are. That's not been good enough for 2 weeks.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Cheers, James.
We will see you on Tuesday evening, and hopefully loads of people down there again getting behind
and
everybody.
thanks for the fans getting behind me and the team, and it's amazing. Long season, interesting start. That's where we are.
Thanks, Mark.